They looking forward to these type of jokes and excitement. They looking forward to Caitlin Clark. Is it Harry? They looking forward to Shanna sources. You know, he got dildos in his bags and shit, jumping out the car with his outfit sideways. It's jokes.
I know, but
it's entertainment.
And again, I'm not a big Shannon Sharp defender, but man, you hard on Shannon Sharp, man.
He hard on himself. He taking back shots, front shots. I don't know what's the deal with Shannon Sharp. Is Shannon Sharp a part of a rainbow? Is he a leprechaun or no, Mr. Whitlock? Is he or is he not? What's your guess?
I've stated my
Is
opinion.
he a booger or no? Is he a booger or no?
What's a booger?
Like some in your nose you pull out like the closet when it's like super stuck.
Hold on. AB, you just went from the media's super hard on black athletes.
Exactly, because the black people in the media is like you can acknowledge it and say it. So now when a black athlete comes from out the media,
not black.
He's not black?
I'm asking you.
He's Armenian?
No, I'm asking. He's black and you're being incredibly hard on him.
Yeah, because he's a part of the media just like you, and you guys can't acknowledge or can't even say black players are getting scrutinized harder than white players. Like you just said, no one ever said Tom Brady pays baby mom $30,000, but they gonna say AB pays child support baby mom. Why is that? I'm asking you. You in the media, you're a black guy in the media. No one ever once said about a white guy baby mom. Tom Brady got a baby mom. You know that, right?
Yes.
So why no one write article about what he paid child support?
It's perhaps a tiny bit more nuanced in terms of his baby mama keeps a very low profile.
Well, we back on Hayes Street, man. What's up with everybody? Let me know everything looks good, sounds good, man. We back here at Sloppy Joe's Bar in Key West on Duval Street.
The wrong Duval. The wrong Duval, dog. Hey, you saw the family in the NFL draft that got drafted. The boy got drafted to Jacksonville. And the reporter was like, "Give us the big Duval," because they had just got drafted to Jacksonville. I guess he just thought everybody knew that in Jacksonville they say Duval, right? Yeah. She had done did way too much research, bro. She over researched. She outpunted her kick, whatever. She over researched, and she was like, "Give us a big Duval," and she was like. They say Duval in Jacksonville, and they were like, "Oh, we don't know nothing about that. We just got drafted there."
Nah, they don't know much about that, man. You know, just speaking of that, you know, like for example, man, shout out to everybody here in the chat, man, hanging out with us, man, on this Thursday. Coach Hot, for real. Angel, hey, I'm hurting, dog. I'm working on it though. But anyway, this is my dedication to these shows, dog. That I be putting. Anyway, let's get back to it, dog. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. What is it? IYK. If you know, you know.
IYK. If you know.
Anyhow, long story short, it's hotter than Jamaican food around here, man. 100 degrees today. We making it happen. But anyhow, yeah, man, that's just one of them things. 305 is Miami. I think that got kind of big because of the DJ Khaled, the artist, the musical artist. Right. A lot of local people know about Duval, and then you got Lil Duval, the comedian who came out, of course.
Yeah, they did not know. They had no clue what she was talking about.
Nah,
Duval. Yeah, we just got drafted there. Yeah, we probably don't even want to go to Jacksonville.
Probably when they saw it. Duval.
And the reporter, she had done did her little homework, dog, but that was she did too much homework. She overdid that one.
Y'all kicked the coverage like you were saying. But anyway, let's get into this, man. Antonio Brown in that clip said a lot.
That was a good one.
What's your thoughts, man? We're on part 2 of this. For if you're just checking in, we did part 1 yesterday. We're doing part 2. We kind of deconstructing and breaking down the Jason Whitlock, Antonio Brown interview that he did. So this is part 2 for those that are just jumping in. So Street, talk to us, man. What's your thoughts on that clip? And we're gonna go clip by clip and look at this thing.
That's something I never thought about. I mean, I don't know if everybody saw it. We opened up with it. I never thought about that. Antonio Brown was basically saying, okay, well, why do they report how much I pay my baby mama in child support? They don't really do that with other athletes, like green athletes or white athletes. They don't report how much Tom Brady paying his baby mama. Well, why do they talk about that type of stuff with us? And hey, and I'll say this. That's a good point. Never thought about it. This is what I believe. I believe a lot of times people's side, they have compassion for people who look like them. But sometimes when they don't look like them, they don't relate to them, there's no compassion. So you say things like that. You say things that you don't have any compassion. But if it's somebody that look like you, right, you have compassion. Wet foot, dry foot. Haitians land on the shore. They don't look like us, no compassion. Cubans land on the shore. They look like us. You know what I'm saying? Compassion.
You went back. Foot, dry foot, you went back. Hey, that's a lot of people don't know about, man. Let people know what that means, because they don't understand, so they don't think it's something derogatory in that sense of what
you dry foot. Basically, who was showing up? It basically was who was showing up on the shore of Miami, right? And if you can get a foot on the shore, they would let you stay, right? Sometimes they would turn them around and be like, "Hey, man, go back where you come from." Sometimes they would take them in. And I think somebody started. Who started wet foot, dry foot? Who started it? I think Obama started.
I don't know who started politically, but yeah, to your point, there was a thing where you used to see the Coast Guard out there trying to round up people come on the boats, and they're like a blitz drill. Man, people out there shaking cats. As long as they could put a foot on the land, you in. But I'll say this.
That's not funny.
No, I'm dead serious, dog. You've never seen those clips where those guys, they'll jump, like when they see the Coast Guard coming, they pretty much scatter, and they just trying to avoid it, because if they ever get captured and they technically don't get foot on land, right, then they have to be returned. So that's why I was saying it like that. I was saying in the fact,
well, let me just finish my thought.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just think in the media, okay, man, listen, we have to understand that blacks had no control. Like, there's no control. So everything we look at is predominantly, we're looking at it through the lens of the people who own everything. It was white people. Media was all white people. You have one black token guy. So everything we do, we kind of do it. We only look at it through the lens of what they were doing, because we never owned anything. Now you got guys moving up. They're creating their own podcasts and their own thing. And you see the conversations are different when you're talking about athletes. But I think before, when the people reporting on it wasn't the people from it, I just think they don't have any. Sometimes you don't have any compassion for somebody who doesn't look like you, but somebody who does, you may innately protect them. Antonio Brown saying why they don't talk about, I don't know, in the comment section, if you ever heard them talking about Tom Brady and how much he pay on the outside, or they may talk about him, how he eat. Somebody may accuse him of steroids, but he's right. They do report on all the raunchy stuff from black athletes.
Yeah, I mean, and if they do it on Tom Brady, it's like at like one sentence in the article. It's not the article. Mm-hmm. It's a piece of the article. It's not the article. It's not the subject of the article. Not to your I'll say the same thing, man. I totally understand that, and that's the game, right? That's the game. Like you said, if you're not in charge of the media and people paint narratives, and he's going to talk about this a little bit later in some other clips, that's the game. And a lot of times, if you are outspoken, right? If you are the Antonio Browns and those kind of people, they're going to use any and everything because you are clickable. You are clickable. You are hot as fish grease, right? We see it happening with Deion. We see it happening with Kanye. We see it happen. Those guys who are out of the box, over the top, anything they do, they're going. People, it's like fishing, dog. You just keep casting the net, right?
Right.
And you just keep throwing the net. You keep throwing the net. You'll catch something. May not be everything you want, but you're going to catch something. It might be a rock, it might be a fish, but something's going to get caught in that net. And the same thing with them, you know. So for them, and again, these people is all about what? Newspapers, articles being read, and narratives. You know what I mean? And so, and to your point, you're 100%. In my opinion, you're 100% correct when it comes to that, man. So yeah, definitely, we definitely see our athletes, the black athletes, people kind of dig really deep into their personal lives, not what they did on the field, not what they did training camp, you know what I mean, so forth and so on. But yeah, no, I'm with you.
Somebody said they talk about Tom Brady too.
Do they do it in the same light? H-Town Creole, that's the question, right? Yes, they do talk about Tom Brady, but it's also, what are they talking about? Yes, Tom Brady is talked about a lot, but what are they talking about is the question.
I got a question for you. And maybe I'm having a brain fart, but they always talk about Antonio Cromartie. Sometimes he comes into our spaces on Twitter, right? And about his kids and how many kids he have, right? People of other ethnicities don't have like a bunch of kids.
Matter of fact, the Tom Brady roast, somebody brought that up. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I believe they brought that up in the Tom Brady roast. But go ahead.
It's like that only gets displayed or reported when it's a black guy. Like people of other ethnicities, black people the only ones fucking around. Like people of other ethnicities don't. Yeah, you never hear that type of report about anybody else.
Oh, yeah, I never thought about it. Yeah. Yes, you're right, man.
Bro, listen. If
and
we can find
made a big deal about it. That was, remember, he was on Hard Knocks and he couldn't remember all their names and birthdays and
yeah. But we the only ones with baby mamas. Like black athletes are the only ones with baby mamas.
I guess. I guess because it's not being reported on. So I would assume.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, a baby daddy.
I'm finna ask Chat GPT. He is. But you never hear it. No, you never hear it. Chat GPT, who's the white guy with a bunch of kids? You never hear, but you don't ever hear those things.
Right. Well, while you doing that, I'm gonna pull up another. I'm pull up another part.
Hey, boy, they got me thinking now, dog. It got me going now. He got us in here thinking, hey.
That Bill Bryant had a bunch of kids. Shout out to El Hombre Negro. El Hombre Negro says Bill Bryant had a bunch of kids. I guess, dog. Like I said, I mean, yeah. But I've never been, me personally, I've never been a person that's into a lot of like that kind of stuff. I like the game. Maybe that's just, you know what I mean? But no, I don't hear the reporting on it. You're right. You're correct.
Yeah, it's something you don't hear. They not like us.
Hold on, real quick before you play that. There's a part about Shannon Sharpe I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he and Shannon Sharpe had a little bit of beef in regards to when he was talking about I remember he was on the show, was it LeBron, the barbershop or something like that? When he was talking about AB, don't do this and do that. And he was like, man, what kind of role model are you, dog? You up there with Hennessy and Black and Miles. You don't remember that? They were kind of going back and forth about it.
Yeah, he was on The Pivot.
Was it The Pivot? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it was I thought, yeah, it was The Pivot or whatever the case may be. But yeah. So they've been kind of going at it, and then, you know. What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts? Do you think Antonio Brown would do Club Shay Shay?
Yeah, if they pay him.
Do you think Shannon
Sharpe
on there?
No, I think Shannon Sharpe. I don't think Shannon Sharpe would. I don't know. Maybe.
Ooh, that'd be interesting, bro.
Why? You find that interesting?
Yeah, because now I'm gonna tell you why. Because on that podcast, in my opinion, it has become now where people come out to talk about things. Ever since Cat Williams came out, everybody now comes out and airs their beefs. They air their beefs now. That's what the show used to be about, them, what they were doing, how did they become who they are, what their goals are. Now it's where everybody goes to air their beef.
Shannon's
dog, Cat Williams did it. Then what you call it? What's the young lady just came on? She was talking about Issa Rae. She started, that's like the format of the show now because it does numbers. It does numbers. So only thing I'm saying is, why not do that show? It's going to do numbers because everybody knows they had their beefs. So why not?
They just gotta they gotta be thinking business. It has to not be emotional. They gotta be thinking business. That's all. That's all. Yeah. If they're thinking emotional, it ain't never gonna happen. Kind of like fights.
I agree with you. All right, let's go. Paul Deuce.
Big Ben was always a bright spot for me at the Steelers and was, somebody that always uplifted me and, was there for me as a big brother.
And I know I've kind of touched on this already to some degree, but Mike Tomlin. Yeah. What's your relationship with Mike like? Or was it
Mike Tomlin was like that dude was like my pops, to be honest. Ever since I met Mike Tomlin, I always do like our house success. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when I went to the Steelers, Mike Tomlin was, once I saw him and talked with him, I knew I was going to the Steelers. Like Mike Tomlin was that, you know what I mean? That father figure for me, like outside of coach. Obviously as a coach and the minutia as a coach, he was always challenging me at the utmost to make sure I was better, but he was that guy who was always there for me mentally. And he was the guy who always used to try to talk to me about things, even when I didn't understand them. Like, AB, man, I think you need to think about the way you celebrate these touchdowns because you put it, you know what I mean? You're going to another level of your career. And like, I didn't understand what it meant sometimes when you tell me stuff like that. But, that guy, Mike Tomlin, always had my back, always believed in me. So I'm always, indebted to Mike Tomlin. Like, he was one of those guys that stood in the foxhole for me. And that meant a lot to me.
Interesting.
I know.
I'll just say this, bro. Mike Tomlin sound like that kind of guy. I've never heard people say bad things about him. I've never heard, like, unlike Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly getting blasted in the media right now by former players.
I was just about to say with all the Chip Kelly, yeah, that is interesting.
Bro, when Michael Vick said, I cried more at the Eagles than I did in prison. God damn. Bruh.
That's that. And where he at now? Wait, Alabama, Georgia, where he at?
Offensive coordinator of Ohio
State. Yeah.
Ohio State University.
He was that bad of a person, right? And still getting jobs.
Told me not to do this, dog. I'm told me not to do it. You know why? How, Sway? You ain't got all the answers, Street. You ain't got all the answers, Street. I've been doing this for years. You ain't got all the answers, Street.
That's wild. But we all thought Mike Tomlin was that guy. I mean, that's exactly who I thought Mike Tomlin was, to be honest with you. Like, that interview he did with the Pivot was awesome, bro. And my question, like think about this in the chat. Like, listen, I always get on K's about making stuff black and white. Mike Tomlin, I don't think has never not went to the playoffs. I think it's some crazy stat he has, something like that, or maybe he had 17 straight winning seasons, something crazy like.
Yeah, he's never had a losing season. I know.
Yeah, he's never had a losing season. Why we've never heard them call a black coach a genius. Never. There's no black coach ever been called a genius. And when Deion got to Colorado, I made this video saying I'm not gonna stop until somebody called Deion Sanders a genius. There's never been a black coach that they've called a genius.
Explain that. Well, I mean, explain why you say that.
Because you have a Mike Tomlin, right? Who's probably the second best, third best coach in the NFL, period. He's been there the longest, have a bunch of wins. You know what I'm saying? He's probably the second best, third best coach in the business. And when you think of Mike Tomlin, right, the words that the media use for him aren't never like genius. It's always like he's the player's coach. He's the rah-rah guy. It's never looked at like he's smart. But then you get the coach like the Rams coach, right? He's a hot shot, up and coming genius, offensive coordinating genius.
Jim Harbaugh?
No. The Rams. Who's the Rams coach? The Rams? Harbaugh. What's the young guy name?
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Okay, I'm sorry.
And you hear these words all the time, like genius. They call them geniuses, and because they've created something. But the Tampa 2 defense, right? I've heard NFL players say it is the greatest system they've ever been a part of. And we're still looking who created it. But we know who ran it. And they still didn't call that guy a genius.
See where you're going now. All right.
Those words aren't used. You get what I'm saying? And I think once again, I think you're going to start hearing them because you have these podcasts, Up in Smoke, The Pivot. But you never really heard it because I think the media was always, it was white, like for the most part. They were the ones reporting on the game and controlling things. And I want to be honest with you. I don't think, as I get older and I deal with people of different ethnicities, sometimes I don't think it's intentional. Sometimes I think we give them too much credit to think it's intentional. Sometimes it's just, hey, Black people are always depicted as rappers and athletes on television. Maybe I didn't grow up around them, but that's what I see, right? Huh?
Sports and entertainment, yeah.
Right. That's what I see. Nobody ever depict them as smart. All the famous ones are ratchet and rappers. And then if I don't grow up around it, hey, I may think that no different than Black people thinking that all white people are racist. It's the same reverse ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe they didn't grow up around them.
I mean, yeah, that's what's played in your mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
You cut on the news in Miami. This is WSVN in the northwest section of Miami-Dade County. What's the next thing you're gonna hear? Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? It's not going. You're right. That's what's being plugged into your brain, consciously or subconsciously. Right? Anytime you look at someone stand on top of a hill, I say this, and I say this all the time. I'll do this. I don't know if I've done this with you before, Street, but I'll do it with you. And
Woo! There you go, Hayes.
What we got?
Because I think you talk about that sometimes.
Smart. The same way Black male educators often end up in positions of authority. Our prowess is never attributed to our intellect. Oh, yeah, man. I'll say this real quick. There are two things. One, H-Town Creole says Eddie Robinson. Eddie Robinson, I believe, was always depicted as a great coach, but not used the word genius. I think that's what Street is saying. Not depicted as a football genius. When they think about football genius, they're like, oh, this guy's X and O. We're not talking about their success on the football field. We're not talking about them putting cats in the league, turning young boys to young men. We're talking about being labeled as a cognitive player in this game. You understand what I think? That's where Street is going. If I'm right,
right. Tony Dungy and Dennis Green were considered cerebral coaches. To be honest, we haven't had many black head coaches in the NFL. See how he said cerebral, but we can go on the white coaches, right? What's the name created the run and shoot? George Seifert was a genius, right? Like in San Francisco, and I don't even think they created these offenses, dog. Think about how many white geniuses we've had. Kansas City head coach is an offensive genius. Say it all the time. Andy Reid.
He had Michael. Got fired
all the time.
Yeah,
his offensive coordinator was a mannequin.
Can't get a job. He in college right now.
They say it all the time. Think about the young dog. Sean McVay will come up and list the top NFL coaches, and he will be right there, sometimes on top of Mike Tomlin. If you listen to Mike Tomlin speak, he's a goddamn genius. When you hear him talk, he's a genius.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna put this up right quick. So, H-Town, I think you're hearing us, but I want to make sure we understand each other. Got you, coach, but didn't Dungy develop? Yes, we're not saying.
Yeah,
but we're saying exactly. they're not being labeled.
They don't right.
When they do create those type of things. You know, Dick LeBeau, for example, he created the zone blitz, right? Dick LeBeau, I'm not taking away from a Sean McVay. I'm not taking away from a Dick LeBeau. And me personally, what I am saying though is, why do these guys like a Tony Dungy not get that same label in essence?
Why does the media throw that word around when we talk about them? Right? Like, Tony Dungy created the Tampa 2. Listen, bro, I know NFL players have told me that is the greatest system they ever played in. It'll make anybody in the NFL look good. Nobody has ever called Tony Dungy a genius. They've called him, he's soft-spoken, he's this, he's that.
Yeah, God.
Yeah. They never call him smart.
Well, here's what I want to do so we don't eat up a lot of time. Let me do real quick.
Buddy Ryan was a defensive genius.
He was a chokeout artist. Didn't he choke out my man on the side like, Hey, shout out to 305 and the Falcon of TRX. Great take. It is who you have been around. Yeah, you know, and there's also a thing in this life called natural selection. I'm not going to get into all that, but we know when you go to a party, boys go to one side, girls go to one side. If you go into a room and you don't know anybody, white folks gonna kind of typically sit over there. White folk, black folks gonna sit over there. You know, it's just a natural selection thing, right? Like even where I work, right? We have a foreign exchange program with our teachers. Guess what? We got it's two groups of folks. It's some Jamaican teachers and it's some Filipino teachers. Guess what? Jamaican teachers go together. The Filipino teachers hang out together. You see the black teachers hanging out together, or by department. You know what I mean? Everybody groups themselves. Right. Everybody naturally groups themselves and whatever. But I want to do this real quick with you, Street. I may have done this.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you a quick question.
I need a second after this too, bro. I gotta go potty.
Hold on, Street. After you, dog. You're a grown man talking about you got a potty.
Gotta go potty, dog.
You got a tinkle.
Kidney bag. No.
What's up? Here's what I want to do. Name me your top 5. The first people come to your mind. It's not a thought. It's not a SAT. The richest 5 black people that you know of. You don't have to know them personally. The richest black folks you know of. And you're a pretty bright dude.
The richest black people I know?
Yeah, you don't know them personally. Just know, no.
Ooh.
Come on.
50 Cent.
All right, go ahead.
Dang, right off the top of my head.
Yes.
Go right. Just won a huge lawsuit. Yeah, the black guy that's the richest black guy where I can never remember his name though.
Well, you don't know him then. What's his name?
What is his name? He was just on Earn Your Leisure.
Come on, dog. Why you thinking? Just come off the top of the dome. Let's go.
I don't think about rich black people all the time. I gotta think about it.
You only got 2 that you could think of right now at the top of your head.
Cause you're saying riches. Like riches was, you know what I'm saying? Like Magic Johnson.
All right. Magic Johnson. Who else? Shaq.
Byron Allen. That's a good one.
Byron Allen. All right. That's fine.
Byron Allen. Yeah.
Now, some people say
Oprah.
Oprah, Dr. Dre, Beyonce, Rihanna, Michael Jordan, Will Smith. All right, fine. Now, name me 5 of the richest white folks you know of.
Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Donald Trump. I see exactly where you're going with this. I just throw you one just to throw you off.
Come on. Bro, we using this platform right now.
We using this platform?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I can't think his name.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, my guy. I like Elon. Elon Musk and the guy who owns Microsoft.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
You know where I'm going. Where was I going?
Everybody I named was an entertainer. Everybody named white will own some shit.
They're businessmen. And so here's
they own some shit. Period. Part of the game. That gap is huge.
Guess what? You didn't stumble as long with their names as long as you did with black, because you're trying to think like, and again, that goes to show you it's not been ingrained in you, their wealth, people's wealth. These people, you hear Bill Gates before it, the richest man in the world, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, the richest billionaire, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying all that to say, also, everybody you named so far as the black folks can be canceled. When Donald Trump said they can be canceled.
Not Magic Johnson.
But who is he? He's now a businessman. But when he was playing ball
on the ownership, I think he's fair enough on the ownership side. Maybe not. Maybe 50 Cent is getting there too.
Yes, but we're talking.
Well, when you say canceled, you mean canceled like the people that got Bill Cosby canceled? You talking about from?
I don't think Diddy.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
I don't think Diddy can recover. I don't know if he'll be able to recover from this. He's already sold off shares. He sold off the revolt. Like, I don't think he can recover from this stuff. But anyway, I just want to finish this piece. What I'm saying is, when you look at the entertainment part of this, but when Donald Trump told you I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and nothing happened, he wasn't lying. He wasn't. I'm not getting into the political realm. Right. Bill Gates can go out here and do the most heinous act ever, and we'll still be using Windows tomorrow. Jeff Bezos can go out here and do the most heinous act ever, and we'll still be using Amazon. R. Kelly did what he did. They shut his music down. They banned him. You can't do this. I'm just talking about how they took things. That's the difference.
We've had the ones that couldn't get canceled got killed off. Michael Jackson or died. You know what I'm saying? Prince. Yeah. When they tried to cancel Prince, he just called himself a symbol. He was real swift. He was real fast. I mean, savvy with it.
Yes. But he also didn't do anything of a heinous nature.
Who?
Prince wasn't caught in those scandals.
I think the worst. Yeah, no, that's the worst. That's the worst, Hayes.
No, I get
that is the worst when you want. Yeah, that's the worst.
The business side in the boardroom, yes.
Yeah.
But we're talking about heinous acts, something against kids, like that kind of stuff.
We talked about it. We talked about it. How Bill Cosby get arrested for something that happened at Hugh Hefner's house, and Hugh Hefner's name never gets mentioned. We talked about it.
Right. Exactly. So, right. So, and again, right, I work with some people. They can't stand Bill Gates. Oh, that guy, he's that. But guess what? Every morning, you know what they do? Control, Alt, Delete, and log on. And use the product every day.
I'm gonna get you some names. I'm gonna get you some names of some black people that own some big things.
I can't.
I just think they're not household names. Yeah,
I could tell you Robert Smith and all those guys. But here's
Robert
also,
Smith. That's who I was. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the difference. Do you know the richest Black American? Not the African dude. There's an African cat over there with some concrete that got some real money. I think the richest Black American is like 400th on the list. 400.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was a huge head start over here.
No, right.
But
I'm not saying that what I'm saying is, if you think about it, the things that you created and you made and so forth and so on, how that wealth was transferred over, right? And all of those different things. That's all I'm saying. Ben Carson ain't no real. We talking crazy money. We ain't talking rich. We talking wealth. He got to go tinkle. But anyway, he could have played the thing while he did it. Play the thing, Street. Anyway, while I'm talking to y'all, that's what I was just simply saying in regards to, we're going to see if he washed his hands or not. See how fast he get back. Huh? Rhino's nasty keyboard. No, but anyway, here that's all I was saying, was talking about things, how you get conditioned. You get conditioned to think about entertainers, rappers. That's who you see all the time. You don't see Byron Allen on the news all the time, like you see Elon Musk, like you see Bill Gates, like you see Jeff Bezos. You don't see those faces in this community all the time. You're going to see Rihanna. You're going to see Lil Wayne. You're going to see Kanye West. You're going to see, those are the faces you're going to see. When the last time y'all seen Robert Smith? Even if you took time to watch it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Real quick. Falcon the X again for the 305. Thank you, brother. Love this chat, and I'm an old white guy. All right, Falcon the X. Appreciate you, man. Like I said, this is Hayes Street. You know how it goes. Yeah, you know how it goes on the block. Oh, matter of fact, next up, we got 305 in the building. So I was just simply saying, while you were going Cheerios in the toilet. So all I was saying was, those are the things, like you said, that are put in front of you. We see
what's
Rihanna.
Wrong with you, man?
You know that's how you potty train. You got them shoot the Cheerios in the toilet. Yeah. Anyway.
Never heard of that, though.
You ain't never heard of that?
Uh-uh.
Man, how many of y'all in the chat how many of y'all in the chat teach you shorty how to shoot Cheerios in the toilet or Fruit Loops? Anyway.
Shoot Cheerios in the toilet? What's that process?
Well, they got to pee on the Cheerio. That's what they're trying to do. So you give them to pee in the toilet.
Oh, so it could be anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's cheap to throw about 5 Cheerios in the toilet and let them shoot it. You know what I'm saying? So you can aim.
No, I ain't never have aim practice.
Back of your toilet seat, pissy like a mug, dude.
That's funny. That's funny, dog. I ain't never had aim practice, dog. You ready to roll?
Yeah, let's rock.
So imagine you got your core being players, still little marquee players that, you know what I mean? That you see them being treated like, or got an attitude that just against the culture. You know what I mean? It wasn't countrified of just winning championships, and like the Steeler Nation know what that's like. You know what I mean? We got the standard is standard, players against each other. You've seen the tradition of the Steelers.
You think that's a tradition? Hitting the players against each other. Is that what you think?
Of course. Look at their receivers right now. Oh, it's starting to make sense, Mr. Whitlock. You're starting to think about this, right? Give me a scenario you watch.
Well, you're saying that this part of the Steelers culture is to pit the players against each other. They would say it's create competition.
2 dogs, 1 bone. Yes, create competition. But are it's really a competition, Jason, with Mr. Whitlock? If they draft you 3rd round and they draft me 6th round, what is the competition? They already told us what's the competition by where they drafted you, right?
To some degree, but you outplayed your draft position.
Of course, but that don't really happen all the time. Right or wrong?
Where do you think that theory or mindset comes from of, hey, let's pit the players against each other?
I mean, ask Emmanuel Sanders. When I was there as a rookie, they put me and Emmanuel Sanders against each other. I mean, it's good competition, but what's the competition if you already drafted a guy ahead of the other guy?
You don't think they do the same thing? Bill Belichick didn't do the same thing?
Nah, Bill Belichick built up his guys. He makes sure all the guys prepare. He makes sure you know who you facing and what your role is regarding what he's expecting out of you, not what you. We on the same team, so yeah, we could compete against each other and make each other better. But hey, we got to go out here together and try. You know what I mean? It's better to promote togetherness if you want to have a winning culture.
Interesting. Real quick, pet peeve of mine. These doggone chains and stuff be rubbing up against the microphone. Where's the sound guy? Where's the sound guy? Anyway, I'm sorry. You on mute, dog. You on mute.
What chain you talking about? We don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Antonio Brown, his chain was rubbing up against the microphone.
Right. Yeah.
I was seeing, where's the sound guy? Like, hey, fix that. But anyway, interesting. Competition. And he says something big. A lot of people don't think about.
What's up?
He said, is it really competition? If I brought you in the 2nd round, I got a 6th round guy. Am I really going to take his spot? Probably not. You'll kick an old head out before you kick the new blood because you paid him all that money.
Right. Right.
See, it's easy to say, it's easy to bring in a 2nd round D Streeter. And he's got to sit behind a veteran guy who played last year. But how do you sit 2nd round D Streeter, put him behind 7th round or 6th round Hayes? Interesting, dog.
Was he trying to say it's a Steeler culture, or was he trying to say that's how Tomlin did it? I
think he was talking about the Steelers culture, but I think it's like that a lot of places. I'll speak to college. College is like that. You may have a walk-on guy that could be better than a scholarship player. But a scholarship player gonna get the nod first. Why? Because you're paying that money, meaning in his scholarship. You see that all the time. Now, a lot of times that walk-on guy don't get the love because you never see him on the field, but in practice. And I'll say this, I can speak firsthand. When I was at FIU, we had a dude that walked on was balling. He ain't gonna see that field though.
Was he good enough?
I thought so. He in practice killing them. Like you'll hear guys talk about, man, he on the practice squad over there killing them. But when it comes game time, now think about it. He's on the practice squad killing the first team quarterback, right? Or vice versa. He a DB on practice squad picking off the quarterback. I've seen coaches go tell a DB, don't pick off no more. You killing the kid confidence.
Come on now, FIU want to win?
I'll say it like this, brother. People are paying that money. Let me ask you this. You paid $1,000 to see Beyonce. Do you think her opening act should have a longer show than her? Even though she's good. Okay. It's the same thing. So when these boosters are paying money to these scholarship athletes and they cutting checks and all this stuff, They want to see them on the football field.
I think they also want to win too, right?
But in there, you have to remember, I'm a booster. I'm not at practice. I don't really know football. I love football. So my mind is what? Man, this kid, because they listen to people like us, talking heads, that said this kid is the next best thing. So how is this dude I don't even know of that's not even on a scholarship playing?
Right.
That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I was just talking.
Go ahead.
What's up? I was just talking about that the other day. That the boosters, I know a lot of the boosters. They're not football guys.
No, they just like football.
They just like football, but they fans. Like I get around them, they start asking me questions. Hey man, you think who should we spend the most money on? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking for a name. I got a walk-on story for you. I'm looking for a name right now. Last year I went to Florida spring game. I went to Georgia and LSU spring game. Damn, I don't see him anymore. What the hell happened to him?
Out of there. Well, why you doing that? 305 again from Falcon to X. Appreciate you, man. Figure in NIL deals and walk-ons won't play. There you go. NIL deals are just like the envelope from the boosters back in the day. Now, you got a collective out here paying a dude $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. And some walk-on dude that came from Sidewalk University, SWU, home of the concrete.
Sidewalk University.
And he come out there, and the dude that's worth $400 sitting on the bench like this. We just saw it with Tyler Van Dyke. All speculation. Tyler Van Dyke. Why you think it took him so long to bench him?
Right. Well, yeah, that was weird.
Because he got $1 million and Emory Williams ain't get $1 million. That's all.
Yeah, that was weird. I'm not sure. Last year, Georgia had a guy, Makai Mew. Went to the spring game. I think that joker ran back 2 punts in the spring game. He 5'8", and he was blazing fast. Walk on. Last year, actually, last year early in the season, he was playing. Now I see he ended the season with 13 receptions, 155 yards, and 1 touchdown. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure if he got hurt because I see he only played in 4 games. Maybe he got hurt, but he was. Bro, listen. It was obvious when we walked out of that spring game, dog was special. So I looked him up. He was like a 4-star coming out of Georgia. He had no walk on that. You know what I'm saying? He had no walk. He was a 4-star coming out of Atlanta. He was really small, and Georgia had done gave him a shot. And bro, he was explosive, dog. And he eventually got on the field last year. See, he caught 3 against Vanderbilt. He caught 1 against Alabama. He was out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
especially after all the injuries they had.
Well, so now you can explain it. He ain't benched nobody. He played.
No. He played because those guys was hurt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's different. I can explain that away to the big money guy. Hey, well, this guy hurt, that guy hurt, and this guy can play. But you think you gonna sit down some dude that's not on scholarship? Nah, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. But nah. I'm just saying that's on my mind. Oh, Antonio, you done told on yourself. Antonio Brown, I thought this was you, and you said he didn't praise Belichick. It was Pittsburgh coach. You talking in the wrong tense, dog, the wrong person, bro. I thought you done told on yourself. You supposed to say I didn't praise Belichick. It was Pittsburgh coach I was praising. Hold on yourself, dog. I thought it was really you, bro. Anyway, get us up. What we got? Oh,
that's Washington writing stuff about my kids and my kids' mothers. And it's all come when you having success. When you having success in the NFL and you a black player, they're gonna scrutinize you. They're gonna bring out everything they can.
They're gonna scrutinize a white player.
I mean, tell me which white player got scrutinized to
Ben
the point.
Roethlisberger. We just got done talking about it.
Roethlisberger had 2 rape cases that really was a, you know what I'm saying, like a scenario.
Allegations. They're allegations, not
the woman called the police, right?
Yeah,
It was
allegations, yeah.
But it was 2 preeminent cases.
Yeah.
But I feel like even with those cases, he didn't get scrutinized like all over when he came back. Matter of fact, let's put it like this: Ben Roethlisberger got suspended how many games after all this?
6, I thought.
No, he got 4 games, I think. 2010.
Look it up. Look it up. 4. I think
so it was 4 games.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger got suspended 4 games for 2 rape cases. What else public scrutiny he got? Like, you know what I mean? This brought that case. Antonio Brown was getting scrutiny in 2011 when he started like going for 1,100 yards. Now it's all of a sudden I had my kid living with me since 2011 in Pittsburgh. The whole organization know my son Antonio Brown Jr. live with me. Right when we go to the playoffs, you can look it up. The first public scrutiny was about, oh yeah, my baby mama drama with his kid. But that's normal. You know, you in the media, you know black players is scrutinized more than white players, right?
Scrutinize more, or do we do more?
I mean, I know you're fans of the white people. I mean,
no.
Being real.
I get you. That's your perspective, but that's not true.
So why is it not true?
Because I just stick to the facts.
So let me hear the facts. Why is it not true? Michael Vick had a case. Was Michael Vick scrutinized more than Ben Roethlisberger, or Roethlisberger was scrutinized more?
2 different situations.
Who get more scrutiny?
Man, that's tough. That's hard to judge.
Any white guys ever get their baby moms talked about? You know, Tom got a baby mom.
Yeah.
Does he get baby mom drama about his child support or what he paying? Or
well, here's what I would say. A lot of times, and again, what's the mama doing? Because the mama controls a lot of conversation. If she's out here talking on social media,
black players get more scrutiny than white players. It's a takedown in the media against black players constantly. It's no takedown on the white player. It's no white media that's taking down white players. It's black media that take down black players. It's the shade room. It's all these scenarios that make black people look out of the character. So it's a media perception of them. So when I go to try to meet people, they think I'm a lot crazier or a lot more aggressive, a lot more combative than what it is because the media perception.
Bro, we got to unpack some of this stuff, Street.
And comment section, man. Let us know if y'all think he's 2 things. How do you feel about what he's saying? Is it truth or not? And when you hear him talk, he obviously knows what he's talking about. He's intelligent, but he doesn't verbalize it well. Does that take away from what he's saying? Let me know in the comment section.
While they're responding, I was pulling up his suspension. I remember he had got suspended, and this is interesting. He got suspended 8 games from the January arrest connected to the attack of the driver of a moving company truck. The initial Brown charge was felony assault and battery, and in March, charges handed down included burglary of a vehicle, misdemeanor battery, and misdemeanor criminal mischief. So he copped 8 games for whipping a dude behind. I get it. And being caught 4 games for 2 rape cases.
Was he accused, acquitted? Did he get in trouble?
They reached a settlement.
Wow.
It was undisclosed settlement.
Wow.
Now, does that mean that he's guilty? No. However, he got fined. Antonio said Ben got fined and suspended. I think that's kind of where he's going with this.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson, we found out he just was a freaky guy, and he got a lot of scrutiny.
Y'all don't remember what was the old lineman's name from Seattle that beat his girlfriend, man? Seahawks. Holy smoke, man. What's his name? He beat that. She was a little girl too, man. I don't know what happened. But again, that's what we're talking about. It comes up, but it's not like all over the place. You know what I'm saying? What's the punter? If he was a punter or a kicker, he was beating his wife. But it also wasn't as big as the Ray Rice story. Ray Rice ain't been right since.
Well, I'm gonna say this on Ray Rice.
All right, talk to me.
Well, when you got video, boy,
it's on video.
Yeah, man. When you
it's over, dog.
When you got video, it's over, dog. When there's video, dog.
It's over, dog.
Yeah, it's over.
It's
dog.
over.
Chad Wheeler was the Seattle Seahawks. 2021, an incident involving domestic violence with his girlfriend. He got released from the team. Charges led to his release from the team, and he later pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity of charges of first-degree domestic assault and other accounts. This case brought significant attention to the issue of mental health and domestic violence. See, yeah, like
see how it's worded? Hold up, stop right there.
They go right
to the word. Come on, Street. Hold up.
They go right to that.
Look how that's worded. This is a prime example of what Antonio Brown is talking about. He got found. He pled not guilty, and they flipped it to it brought it to mental health.
Mm-hmm.
If that was insert Antonio Brown's name there, bruh.
It's
bruh.
Yeah. True.
Read that again, Street. Read that again. Learning something.
Former Seattle Seahawks lineman you might be referring to is Chad Wheeler. He was arrested in January 2021 after an incident involving domestic violence with his girlfriend. The charges led to his release from the team, and later pleaded not guilty, reason of insanity, to charges of first-degree domestic violence, assault, and other counts. The case brought significant attention to the issue of mental health and domestic violence within professional sports. Let's see. Name a black guy that beat his wife.
Oh.
Ray Rice. Let's see what they say about Ray Rice. Ray Rice, the former Baltimore Ravens running back, was arrested in 2014. That was a long time ago. He was charged with assault after an incident involving his then fiancee, Janae Palmer. Video footage later emerged showing Rice striking Palmer. Following the incident, Rice was initially suspended for 2 games, but after the video became public, the NFL suspended him indefinitely. Rice's contract was terminated by the Ravens, and he has not played in the NFL since. Was mental health mentioned?
Go to Josh Brown. Go to Josh Brown. He was the kicker for the Giants. That's who it was. And he admitted publicly to domestic violence for the first time during an interview with Good Morning America.
The former New York Giants kicker was not arrested. Domestic abuse against his wife. The information came to light after Brown was suspended of 1 game due to a violation of NFL's personal conduct policy. 4th-degree domestic violence charge. The charge was later dropped. The release of Brown personal admission and journal entries where he described his abusive behavior. Damn. He told on himself?
Yeah. It just said Good Morning America.
The release of Brown's personal admissions and journal entries where he described his abusive behavior led to significant public criticism of NFL's handling domestic violence cases. Following the disclosure of the documents, Brown was placed on commissioner's exempt list, effectively putting him on paid leave, and he was later released by the Giants.
And he told on himself.
He told on himself.
So there it is. That's how, and that's where Antonio Brown, I think we got that clip. Antonio Brown talks about narratives, right? Talks about narratives.
Right.
All right, I'm listening.
All right. We had an hour. That was the last clip. You got on
that was the last?
Yeah, the last one, yeah.
Dang, I thought we had some more. Man, I started learning something, man. You know, I like to learn, man. I really do.
No, I mean, to sum it up, bro, I want to say that I just believe that I believe that people have empathy for people that looks like them. And sometimes they don't have empathy for people they don't relate to. And like I said, you're going to start seeing a lot of, like when Jacoby George got arrested, right? He got arrested. Jacoby George, he's had some issues, but when he didn't get arrested, I mean, when he got acquitted, because he had told me, man, I didn't do that shit. When he hit me up when they threw the charges out, he hit me up and said they threw the charges out today. I said, send me a picture of you smiling. And he sent me a picture of him smiling, and I put charges dropped. Because people are quick to post, he got arrested. It's almost to assume that's going to happen to some of them. But a lot of times when they get off, it kind of just goes away. We know for a fact everybody that deals with the cops isn't guilty. You know what I'm saying? We know that for a fact. But I think sometimes we have empathy with athletes because we're athletes. We come from that. They come from where we come from. And we have empathy. So when we see one went to 5 or 6 different schools, my first thought isn't that, oh man, he's a fucked up kid. My first thought is, boy, he made it out the fire. Let's see if we can support him a little bit. That's my first thought. But like I said, sometimes you have empathy for, and then when it comes to black people, we're empathetic people. It's like we're forgiving people. Yeah, we're forgiving people.
Shout out to Troutman, man. Remember Deshaun Troutman played up here at Orlando Edgewater. He got accused of some stuff. They dropped all the charges, and I remember him coming on. I think it was a Twitter space or whatever, and he was talking about how the University of Miami turned its back on him and all of that stuff and whatever. I think Manny Diaz was the coach at the time, and so forth. Right. Now I put something in the chat in the back chat for you for my I don't see how. But before you play it, I want to do that. Falcon X again for the 305, baby. Sports are merit-based, not color until the money comes. Yeah. That's fair.
Sports are merit-based, not color until the money comes.
Yeah. I need more context, but I kind of feel where you're going. But type up a little more context to what you mean, if you can explain that a little bit, Falcon.
I mean, you think about sports. Most people don't make it in NFL or in sports. What you get out of sports is that it is a locker room is different ethnicities working together to accomplish something, and it is the ultimate level of teamwork. You know what I'm saying? No matter what your color is, dog, you have to block for me to get this touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And it is the ultimate place where things come together. I'm not saying locker rooms are perfect, but in that huddle, nobody's looking at fucking color. What color left you are? They're trying to kill us, and we're trying to get away from them.
The only color matter is your jersey color. That's the color that matters.
That's it.
Burgundy against white, green against white. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and if you and if you play sports, you understand that. Like people who play sports, like you understand that you can look a man in his eyes a lot of times, and he's just a man. Like we in it, like we've been in locker rooms where we always on the same page, trying to accomplish the same thing. And what kind of music you listen to didn't fucking matter. No.
Reggie, man, you need to hit me up, bro. Glad to see you in here, baby. You need to hit me up. I got something I need to give you. Hit me up. Real quick, I don't see how if you want to put it up now. You got it?
Yeah.
All right.
Explain to people what ONCL is, though.
Okay, for people who don't know, I don't see how is a little segment we do to close this out. It's kind of like unbelievable. Like I don't see how this happened or that happened, or I don't understand why. That's what it kind of means. What we're about to show you right now is a perfect and prime example. A perfect and prime example. I don't see how these football players are not using social media the way they should be for brand recognition, meaning their brand recognition. What you're going to see right here is a perfect example. Perfect example of why, if you are a player, you should be having your face in the place. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Go ahead. Geraldine, you love it.
I have to ask, you play for Colorado, don't you?
No, I play soccer.
You play soccer?
Yeah, I play for like.
Because you look like one of the Colorado players.
For Colorado.
You do?
Yes, yeah.
So how is it having Deion Sanders for a coach?
Great. Can't complain.
I got the meeting when y'all came over for TCU.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Were you in that game?
Yes, I was in that game.
Awesome.
Yes,
Awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, one more time.
I have to ask, you play for Colorado, don't you?
No, I play soccer.
You play soccer?
Yeah, I play for like.
Because you look like one of the Colorado players.
For Colorado.
You do?
Yes, yeah.
So how is it having Deion Sanders for a coach?
Great. Can't complain.
I got the meeting when y'all came over for TCU.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Were you in that game?
Yes, I was in that game.
Awesome.
Yes, yeah.
Awesome. That is awesome.
He just said he plays soccer, right?
Yeah. He said I play soccer. He said, no, I play for Colorado. He was.
Oh, okay.
Here's the funny thing about that. That is Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter, dog, the two-way player on the most polarizing team all over, and she didn't recognize. Like she kind of knew.
She kind of recognized him,
but she didn't really know. And I'm saying this. I'm saying this to say, because they wear that helmet, their faces are not seen. And that proves even Travis Hunter, who is awesome, he's all over everything, Heisman hopeful, this, that. We're talking about the average fan doesn't know what these guys look like. She said, you guys play for CU? Then she said, were you in that game? She said, I was at the TCU game. Were you in that game?
Was he?
Was he?
Was he? Was like, was he?
Like, was he? But I was saying that to say it's proof that, and he does a great job with his social media. That's what I'm saying is that because you play in a sport where it's not right, you're not right on top of it like basketball or baseball or boxing or wrestling where your face is exposed. When you go to the press conference at the end, they talk to you. That's a perfect example of why social media is so important for brand recognition and getting your face out there to create more dollars, because the average person will see you in the mall and they'll be like, I think that
Travis Hunter.
I think that's Travis Hunter. Your bodies are disguised because you got on pads. So guaranteed Travis Hunter look a lot bigger on a football field than he did right there in the mall. Right? Because he's, you know what I mean? That's all I was just simply saying. So Gerald D, relax. Nobody hate. No, look at this. How can you hate Travis Hunter? Great young man. Fuck out.
You say you hate him? Hate him? Why you say
That's my flies, man. I carry flies with me. I'm an elephant. Anyway, go ahead. What you think about that, Street? What you think?
About what?
That right there, what I was saying about brand recognition, using social media, have your face out there, and so forth.
Yeah, basketball players get it easier because they don't wear the helmet. But of course, that's Travis Hunter, and she had a clue who he was, but yeah, he may be top 5 pick in the NFL draft next year. Like you said, he is one of the guys that uses his social media. But I thought you was going to take the angle of old white lady working at a supermarket recognizing Travis Hunter. That in itself is like, you know what I'm saying? That's the angle you was going to take.
Well, yeah, yes and no, because she kind of like, and I was saying that's Travis Hunter, and she couldn't really say that's Travis. She didn't say, I know you, you're Travis Hunter. And he's probably the biggest name in college football right now, I would say.
I think usually when people say that, when they have the gall to stop and say that, they know who you are. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying?
She was like, were you?
But since we all looking like she's not 100% sure.
Ah, dang, Street. She said, you at TCU game. Were you in that game? He said, yes, ma'am. Awesome. She ain't say the man got the pick to win it. Like, did he the dude that, let me get that?
I don't see how.
Talk to me.
I don't see how this defender thought she can get this close to Portia Woodman, and it just wasn't gonna go. It just wasn't gonna go all the way bad. Next time, just grab her ankles. So set this video up, but it don't need an introduction.
Woodman Whitcliffe gets rid of 1, 2, and now it's her turn to accelerate on an angled run. Portia Woodman Whitcliffe, great chance coming across the barefoot. Look here, and then absolutely set down. Welcome to the World Series, Camilla Lopera, and welcome to the pace and power. Too much power from Portia Woodman Whitcliffe. I've been on the receiving end of that myself as well.
No. Homie. Bro. That's what you remember the momentum conversation you had about Duke and his stiff arm?
Uh-huh. That's the opposite. That's the opposite.
She knows the person behind her is running really, really hard and is faster than her. Uh-huh. So the momentum she used was the momentum of her chasing her. Like, she's coming really fast. Watch this. She had no choice but to just run into that stiff arm and get this ran. Because the last thing she thought was that girl was going to turn around.
Leave her. She gave it a nasty like she.
Portia Woodman. Well, that is nasty, though. But my question is, who's teaching tackling drills in rugby? She had no business that high anyway.
I don't even know the rules. The only rule I know is that a touchdown means just that. You got to touch the ball down in the end zone. Like the ball got to touch the end zone.
Right.
You know, you can cross. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, yeah, you can cross it.
Yeah.
Play it without the music. Hope we don't get banned. Hope we don't get a strike.
Tackling still be the same though.
Play it without the music, so hopefully we don't get a strike. We trying to
tackling still be the same. Lowest man wins.
Yeah, the only difference is that knee come up under that chin, boy. You ain't got no face mask on, dog.
Like, shout out to TRX, man. Ooh, that's nasty. It's nasty, dog. That is that, and it's close up right here. It's oh no, she got to go home, talk to the kids after that. Mommy, you all right, mommy? No, don't do it like that. Talking TRX, man, with the 305, man, played men's rugby. I guess he said I played men's rugby at Miami. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, he went to Miami. He's an alum of Miami.
Oh, after Miami, yeah. The tackling drill's the same. Why would she be so high?
Because she running behind her. Like, you running.
But
like,
you know You know who she is. Let me just go ahead and trip her up. Let me go ahead and hit these ankles, make the ankle hit the other ankle.
I don't know. Here's what I'll say. I don't care what nobody say. It's some dudes out there be hitting and saying a lot of football, the same they do on the football field. But if you mess around and get your head too low, and that dude will be coming up with that knee, and he catch you right here between the eyes, please.
No, but listen, dog, look at the hustle. Look at the hustle on Lil Mama, though, dog. It's crazy. She got juked at the beginning of the video. She got juked at the beginning of the video and failed. And she was like, this thing
that's
100 yards. This thing 100 yards. Let me go get her.
You right in the way. Talking about he looking up. You up there looking up at the screen. Are you funny?
Let me go get her, dog.
God dang, Gina. Right up under the chin. Got up under the chin like a party hat. Woo.
All right, now let's get out of here.
Bro.
What you do?
Shout out,
right,
man. Let's give a round of applause to Falcon, TRX for all the donations. Appreciate you, brother, man. Much
That's what's up, dog. We so appreciate you, dog. I don't know how we gotta get him a t-shirt or something, dog.
Gotta give him something. Gotta
give him something.
Hey, I'm gonna make some new Miami t-shirt. It's called Take a Knee.
I bet you won't.
Who? Don't try me with a good time. The shit. Well, look here. Anyway, man, no, yeah, for real, man. That's good. That's good stuff, man. It was fun. We definitely make it happen, man. Any words you got to say?
Nah, man, listen, IOD Squad, man. Y'all check us out. 786-405-949. If you ever thought about investing in the stock market, if you ever thought about trying to figure out crypto, every day on the Discord, IOD Squad, and we give classes on Tuesdays and Sundays. We talk about this stuff. 786-405-9499. Come be a part of the squad. Be a member. We'll sign you up to IOD Squad. You can come watch us. We put out plays. We put out the plays that we do. We let you watch it. We show you to get in, and we show you us getting out to play. So you ain't really got to know how to invest, honestly. I mean, you could just watch us. Watch what I'm doing.
It is. So Falcon, this says no take a knee. I don't want to be clear too. I was talking about Miami. I just thought about it. I was talking about Miami, not the camera. I was talking about Miami. That's what I was talking about.
What Ellen that dog? Ellen took off today?
Yeah, I think Ellen took off, man. She hanging out in Overtown, chilling. I think she's not gonna, she rent lady. She be checking people for their rent. She gonna knock on the door.
Oh no.
Reggie, man, coach, you gonna make a take a knee shirt. Mario gonna knock on your door. Good. I have a conversation with him. I love crypto. Oh, there you go, Falconer. Maybe you and Street got something to talk about. All right.
All right, let's get.
That's it, man. We out of here, man. We are on Duval Street in Key West in front of Sloppy Joe's Bar. Maybe one day we do this enough. One of these restaurants will sponsor the show because we got it right here. What you think, Street? Maybe we put it out there, man. We make it happen. But anyway.
What? Hey, boy. That's a hell of a idea.
Come on, dog. I'll be working, dog. Dog. We got to get people to set up a camp. Come on. We got live in color. Come on, Street. Come on. Hold up. 8:52 on May 9, 2024. If anybody steal my idea, I'm suing. I want to make sure it's on record. Come on, Coach. I just look like I blow the whistle and wear a hat. But I'm a genius. You ain't called me a genius.
Look at LFB done picked her head up, came up for some breath. Talking, I'm here.
I'm a genius.
LFB done came up for some breath. Nah, ain't no such thing as a light-skinned genius. No light-skinned genius. Drake? LFB talking about I'm here. And boy done let her up for a little breath. She done came up from the.
I got you.
I'm here. I'm here. Well, do your damn job then. Let's get out of here, dog.
We out of here. Peace. We'll catch y'all tomorrow, 7-ish. Peace.
Yo.